Well, welcome back to another Dynodaze video. A beautiful FN2 in the house today. Now, this one is boosted. We've seen this one before, but some changes have been made. So, Richard will talk about those changes a little bit later on. But for now, up on the dyno, and let's get cracking. Time to talk about our sponsor, and today's sponsor is Uncle Keith's Paint Shop. Look at that spoon yellow rocker cover. If you've got an FN2 or an EP3 or any car in fact, and you want some modifications done paint wise, whether you've got a dent, whether you want your carbon bonnet re-lacquering, give us a shout. Uncle Keith's Paint Shop. I'll drop the links and stuff. Contact us on Facebook, send us over images, we can get you some quotes done. Anything from a full respray to a liquid wrap to a rocker cover to a spoiler painted and fitted. Give us a shout. Uncle Keith's Paint Shop. Supercharged FN2 sounded amazing.
We've seen this car a few times, haven't we?
Yeah, in various different formats.
Yeah, it had originally a TTS supercharger kit, but with the flat manifold and the supercharger at the top, with the throttle body at the end of the supercharger sort of thing. So what I would call the basic of the basic kit. Generally they don't do as well, but they don't do as well, but obviously because the inlet manifold is quite restrictive and things like that. Obviously, they do that kit without an intercooler and blah 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 blah. So there's fors and against for that kit. I mean, it's cheaper, but in my opinion, I don't think you get the same.
What's the point doing it that way? You might as well do it properly.
You're still spending a load of money, regardless. And then he's made a few revisions, a few changes, and we've seen the car a couple of times. And I think he ultimately still wasn't happy with the power, so he sold that kit. And what he's now done is fitted a bottom mount kit. I think, to be honest, he's just bought the bottom mount supercharger and then he sort of made the rest of the kit up
out of
some of his original stuff. Yeah,
so a bit of a homebrew, but he's quite capable.
So so quite capable of doing it. The only thing I don't personally like on it, we had this conversation with the customer this morning, he's used, because it was a 2-inch outlet from the supercharger, he's used 2-inch pipe to a 2-inch intercooler core and then 2-inch pipe work, and then stepped it up at the very end right before the throttle body for where the race port dump valve is. Personally don't like that. I think that's what's cost this car a little bit of power today. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's made more power than it previously did.
Yeah, we're up 40 wheel horsepower.
Yeah, we're up sort of 40 wheel horsepower, so it has improved, so there is a positive improvement there. But I feel that the intercooler's way too small, the pipe work's definitely way too small. I think if you were to come out supercharger, step it from 2 inch to 2.5 up to a 2.5-inch core at least, so a good sort of 550-ish tall core, and a good sort of width on it. 2.5's fine. and then step it up to 3-inch out the other side of the core and run 3-inch part work up to the throttle body.
Yeah, because we finished on 381 brake horsepower. Do you reckon there's 400 brake horsepower in this with the correct intercooler setup?
I think so. I think it probably could make a bit. We definitely could make some more. I think if this has still got a 4-to-1 with a narrow manifold on the bottom of it, it could definitely benefit from opening that up. So I think with opening,
that's where you convert it to 3-inch at the.
Well, you can either
collector.
convert it to 3-inch or obviously go for a big bore manifold with 2-inch primers and 3-inch collector, and obviously modify that boost circuit. And I think you could definitely get it over 400.
Now this is on the Tegiwa 70 mil.
It is as well on the Tegiwa 70.
So there's there is definitely power to be had by stepping up to 3-inch.
I think
it's all about flow, isn't it? Ultimately?
Yeah, ultimately about flow. So I think with the 2-inch primers, 3-inch collector, 3-inch exhaust, and a decent intercooler setup, I think you break the 400 for sure. Maybe towards that 420.
And maybe that's what he'll do. He is on track a lot in this car, so maybe that's exactly what he'll do when we see him next time. This car, we have been speaking today, it is a Nighthawk Black FN2. But he is considering, or wants to book in, which is lovely, going Pirate Black. So the bodywork is somewhat tired. There's a few dents around it. So off into the paint shop it will go at some point, and it will go Pirate Black. And I think that will look absolutely stunning on an FN2.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen one on FN2, so I don't know about that. But yeah,
you do like that colour though.
It is a good colour. It is a really good colour, yeah.
And it's already black, so it means he doesn't have to have his door shuts done.
Yeah,
for
so sure.
It is cool. But yeah, wicked. Do you want to look at the graph?
Let's have a look at the graph.
Let's do it.
Well, say it with me, Dynodaze fans. Red line is as she came in, blue line is as she leaves. The red line was its last iteration of Supercharged, and we're back again, and we've made some power. It's a good gain. We're really happy with that. We finish on 381 brake horsepower. Yes, that's up 40 brake horsepower at the wheels. So a great result. More to be had, as Richard said. There's more mods that can be done that can increase the flow both in and out. So if you need any parts, give us a shout on the website. We sell all this kit. We're happy to advise if you're building a supercharged car. If you want our expertise before you start, we're more than welcome to talk you through it. So thanks for sticking around to the end of the video, guys. Like and subscribe and all that jazz, and we'll see you on the next one. And maybe we'll see this car again in Honda Pirate Black.
Ready to elevate your ride? Dynodaze Performance Parts has you covered. From exhaust to ECU remaps, we offer top-tier parts for peak performance. Our experts provide personalized tuning to match your driving style. Join our community of enthusiasts. Join thousands who trust Dynodaze for their performance needs. Visit DynodazePerformanceParts.com and transform your drive today.
Boy, I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.